My Lord, on a preliminary issue, and I beg to be guided by your wisdom. My Lord, to the best of my knowledge, we only have one application for scrutiny, and that an order of scrutiny, my Lord, must relate to the application that has been brought before the court. My Lord, again, to the best of my knowledge, I have not seen an application for scrutiny from the first, second, and third respondent.
That's fine. They wouldn't want anything scrutinized.
That's correct, my Lord. Yeah. So I'm just wondering, my Lord, where we shall place this evidence when the scrutiny is actually being sought by the IBC. I consider this as an application for scrutiny for themselves to establish that we actually have these documents.
The application for scrutiny was made by you.
That's correct, my Lord.
This is information that's coming for free to enable you to know where you must scrutinize.
That is correct, my Lord, but the principle that has been, and the jurisprudence emerging, is that the courts have always guarded themselves against being invited to a fishing expedition. Because the fishing expedition is itself a guiding principle when we are dealing with this particular issue. Could it be, therefore, that we are being invited and they are trying to answer the question of the fishing expedition? And how shall we submit when we'll be taking our submissions vis-a-vis the principle of fishing expedition when they themselves do not have an application for scrutiny?
Okay, my understanding is this. You are being given free of charge for your application for scrutiny, that there are areas which you must look at. That's what the court is being told. These areas you must look at. There could be more. This does not limit scrutiny. There could be more. But these ones, he's telling us for free. If you look there, you'll find these things. We might open and not find them, which creates another problem. Isn't it? Yeah. So I don't see, there's no application for scrutiny by the IEBC. They wouldn't want anything scrutinized if possible. Yeah. Which is why I think there was an attempt to make a slight amendment to the report.
Thank you, Lord. Yes, please. The third station?
The third station, Your Honor, was Chiangera Primary School, polling station 2.
That is S or CH?
SCIA.
SCIA.
CIANGERA.
Okay.
Chiangera Primary School, polling station 2.
Mm-hmm.
Then there is one starting with N, Nthigilani. Nthigilani Primary School. NTHIGIRA. NI. Nthigilani Primary School, polling station 1. Then we have Wakaivi. Police station 1.
Is it a school or what is this?
A primary school, yes, sorry, Your Honor. Wakaivi Primary School, 01. Then the last one is Kamaoa Primary School, 01, polling station 1.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Okay. Please confirm to the court whether the KIMS kit would have worked in those 6 polling stations without the physical register of voters.
Your Honor, KIMS kit would not have worked in those stations without the KIMS kit. I mean the registers, physical registers.
That is all, my lord.
Okay.
Yes, my lord. Good afternoon.
Good evening, Mr.
Good evening.
Wakili.
You said that you have how many years of experience in this field?
By now it's 12, going to 12 years.
12 years. And you pride yourself that you've never had an election that has been challenged, correct?
Yes, I thank God for that. Thank you.
Do you still hold the same pride now that this has been challenged?
Yeah, I do.
Look at your affidavit and look at paragraph 9. Yes?
Which affidavit?
His affidavit, my lord.
There are two. There is a supplementary and there is the first
Yes,
affidavit.
supporting affidavit.
This supplementary.
Yes, affidavit in support of the response.
That's page
It should be page 18.
page 18.
No. 53. 53.
Pagination at the top. Pagination at the top.
Page 23.
Yes.
Am I looking at the trial bundle?
Our part, the first and second, first to third, paginated bundle, page 23 at the top. This is referring to paragraph number 9.
Was paragraph 9.
And as we go to paragraph 9, Mr. Witness, you confirm that this election conformed to the dictates of the election, correct?
Yes.
That the election was secure, correct?
Yes, they were.
And that it was verifiable,
Yes, Your Honor.
and that it was free and fair,
Yes, Your Honor.
and it was free from intimidation and violence.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. Do you know what fairness means and transparency means in an election?
Yes, I do.
What does that mean?
Fairness is when everybody is given an equal chance.
What do you understand by the question of accountability and transparency of an election?
Accountability is when I, as the returning officer, am able to account for the results so presented and the materials which are also.
Is a register part and parcel of confirming the accountability and the transparency of an election?
Yes, yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Does it form part and parcel of the process of verifiability, accountability, and security of the elections?
Yes.
You confirm that from paragraph 9 of your affidavit that alterations to the register of voters for the affected electoral areas were frozen, correct?
Yes, I do.
You were here, Mr. Witness, when evidence was laid in respect to one's Collins, correct?
Yeah, Collins Monene.
Collins Monene.
Yes.
And what was your response in that respect?
Can you, counsel, just ask him the question, especially for my record. Otherwise,
Okay, my lord.
I'll have to tell you. Wait, let me look at my record to
Okay,
see
my lord.
what Collins said. You know, I don't know most of these chaps. I don't know them.
Did you reply to the allegations that Collins was involved and or included in the voters register during the time of the elections?
No.
Did you see the explanation that was given therein by one of the officers how Collins found himself in the voters register?
Yes, and there's a witness in this court.
What explanation did he give?
Your Honor, the registration of Collins Monene happened in Ruto constituency, and it was in a stray format.
When did it happen?
when the registration of voters started, the IBC announced the
When
start of
did the
continuous.
inclusion of Collins Munene happen in the voters register in respect to Mbeere North? Do you know or you do not know?
I cannot be able to say, Your Honor.
When was the voters register closed? When was it frozen?
2022 June.
I'm asking, in respect to this particular election, when was the register frozen as per your allegations under paragraph 9?
Your Honor, consequent, can I read?
When was it frozen? I'm
was
asking a simple question.
Frozen on 21st June 2022.
On the 21st?
June 2022.
That is to mean that on the 21st June 2022. 2022? Kindly confirm
Yes.
the dates.
2022 for the
That is to say
2022 general election.
that from that time, there was no one who was included and all. There was no alteration on the voters register, correct?
No one was supposed to be included. Correct.
So do you still maintain that the register was secure?
Yes,
When was Collins included in the voters register? Look at the affidavit of Edwin Ibrahim Golicha, and look at paragraph 3.
Which page? Council, please make a reference so that I'm up to speed
My
with
lord,
you.
that should be page 93.
Page 93. Or which document? Which bundle?
My lord, it should be the Bardo by the first, second, and third respondent.
Page 93 is form 35.
Sorry?
Page 93 is the form 35.
I don't know whether it is aligned to the ones that you have, my lord.
My lord, you must be referring to page 426.
Thank you for the direction.
426.
Page 426. Look at that. Look at paragraph 3 and kindly read it out. Do you know that officer, Edwin Ibrahim Golicha?
Yes, I've met him of late.
Who is he in this process?
He is the deputy registration officer in Ruto constituency.
And therefore, they
Deputy
are,
returning officer or registration officer? What did you say?
Currently, what we are doing, we are registering voters.
it's okay.
The
But
names
what
will
is his
change.
designation?
Deputy returning officer.
Deputy returning officer.
Yes.
But we can take the first paragraph where he describes himself as a gazetted assistant registration officer, correct?
Yes.
Look at paragraph 3 of that affidavit and kindly read it out.
Your Honor, that I admit that on the 8th day of October 2025, I registered Collins Munene Muriuki as a voter through use of an open KIEMS kit at my Ruto constituency office.
Again, remind us when registration of voters was closed.
I noted it was in
No, remind us when it was closed.
2022, the month of June.
In the month of June.
Yes, Your Honor.
When was Collins registered as a voter?
Collins was registered on 8th day of October 2025.
When was Mbeere North gazetted as an election area?
For the by-election?
Yes, for the by-election.
It was in the month of August 2025, I believe so.
Had that gazetted election area been affected by the frozen register?
Yes, it had.
What was the date you said for Mbeere North gazettement?
August 2025.
Yes? What did you say about the gazettement?
I said August 2025.
Do you still want to maintain that this register had still been frozen at that particular time?
Yes, it had.
Do you know how many more of Munene's character or individuals that were affected by this kind of registration being done by one of the officer? Are you able to tell? Yes or no? Are you able to tell?
No, but it has been
Are you able to
confirmed
tell yes or no?
by the ICT department.
I'm not asking about in respect to Munene. Munene is dealt with. That you have agreed there was unregistration, correct?
Yeah, it was.
Notwithstanding the explanations, correct?
Yes.
Correct or not correct? So are you able to tell how many more individuals of the character of Collins Munene affected the Mbeere North voters register as you stand there? I just need a yes or a no answer, Mr. Witness. Are you able to tell?
No.
Thank you. Therefore, your averment contained at paragraph 9 of your affidavit is not correct and is not the representation of the true possession, correct?
No. It is correct.
Are you
The
saying,
register-
Mr. Witness, excuse me, are you saying there was no alteration?
There wasn't.
Are you saying there was no alteration?
There wasn't.
So, who between you and Edwin Ibrahim is lying?
None.
Mr. Witness, one of you must be a liar.
Not really. Your Honor.
So you are saying, consequently, no changes whatsoever, including change of voters' names or particulars, could be made since the register of voters was to be maintained in that condition as it was on 21st of June, correct?
Yes.
That is to say, this was cast on a stone. There was no possibility of even the deduction of any person, correct? From the 21st of June 2022, there could not have been either a subtraction or an addition to that register, correct? Correct or not correct, Mr.
That was the
Witness?
expectation.
I'm not asking about the expectations. I'm asking about the correctness of the position. Is it correct or not correct?
Correct.
And what happens when a voter's register has been alterated? What happens if the voter's register has been cleaned, it has been altered, new voters have been registered? What is supposed to happen to that register?
My Lord, with your kind permission, Gachagua for the fourth. Perhaps maybe counsel, so that we also benefit, if he could show the witness the altered or the changed register, because we don't know what he's referring to.
Just be clear. I will not. I won't necessarily ask you to show a document.
Yes, my Lord.
But be clear in your question so that everybody understands what it is.
It's
that you're
unfortunate
asking.
that Mr. Gachagua is not able to understand now, but for purposes of the benefit, what happens when an alteration or new voters register is done, or when it's cleaned in normal circumstances, like the way the KPMG audits voters register? What happens therein after?
The changes are supposed to be made.
They are
in
supposed
the
to be made
register.
correct.
Yes, yes.
Is that register supposed to be gazetted?
Yes, and it has ever been.
It's okay. In this respect to the Collins alteration or inclusion of Collins in this register, do you have the gazette notice that gazetted that register before this court? Do you?
I don't have it.
You do not have. Do you understand that gazettement is a legal requirement?
Yes, I do.
My Lord, just a clarification from the council. Which voters register is he referring to? The one which is not been gazetted or has been gazetted?
We'll come to that. Hold your horses.
What I have on record is that he doesn't have a gazettement of an amended register.
Yes.
Okay.
If you're patient, I will come to that question. When Collins' name was included in the voters register in whatsoever manner it was included? Did the IBC gazette that register? Yes or no? Did they?
No.
Did they not?
No, no.
Did they gazette?
It was not gazetted.
It was
as
not
such.
gazetted. Thank you. And you confirm that you had well-trained personnel, correct?
Yes.
And you aver at paragraph 12 of your affidavit the procedure and the training that you gave to your to the presiding officers and the deputy presiding officers, correct?
Yes, I do.
And one of that training that you gave, Mr. Witness, and the obligations and the duties therein is collecting ballot boxes, ballot papers, register of voters, and to ensure their safety, correct?
Yes.
You equally trained them on ensuring order in the polling station, correct?
Yes.
Even where there was adjourning polling, the necessity to adjourn, you indicated that polling they needed to get the concurrence of the returning officer, correct?
Yes.
Again, at you say they were also supposed to maintain the PSDs, correct?
Yes.
Polling station diaries, correct?
Yes.
And you have enumerated a lot of a number of things, correct? But before I go there, my lord, permit me to just go back to the voters register slightly. Where was Collins registered as a voter?
I said he was registered in Roiro,
No. Yes.
Roiro constituency.
Where did he vote?
I don't know.
You don't know. You had witnesses before this court who confirmed that he voted at Mondu Primary School Polling Center. You heard that, correct?
No.
When Collins was registered as a voter, did that affect the status of that register?
No, because he was flagged out.
That flagging out, did it affect the integrity of the voters register?
It didn't.
It never affected the
It
integrity.
didn't.
According to you, the voters register integrity was as it was on the 12th, is it on the 12th? 21st of June 2022?
Yes, Your Honor.
Who authorized this gentleman to register this man as a voter? Who authorized him?
He went
Who
into
authorized this Ibrahim to register this man as a voter when the voters registration had been frozen?
I don't know.
What is the key role of a presiding officer in a polling station?
The main role is to undertake elections in that polling station.
Yes.
Yes.
In terms of securing the material, what is the role of the presiding officer?
He's supposed to ensure that the materials are well secured in the company of other officers and the police officers who are attached to that polling station.
How many categories of materials do we have in a polling station?
We have strategic and non-strategic materials.
So how many categories? I'm asking how many categories? So we
Yeah.
have two categories.
Yes, two categories.
And list the category that constitutes the strategic materials.
Quite many. We have the register itself. We have the KMS.
Wait. We agree that the register is a strategic material, correct?
Yes.
Thank you. Let's proceed.
KMS kit.
The KIMS kit is equally a strategic material.
Yes.
Correct?
We have the stamps which are used.
The stamps is a strategic material.
Yes. ballot papers as
Yes.
strategic materials.
Yes.
We also do have yes, many of those are the strategic materials, although I may have forgotten some.
Okay. So we have strategic material at the time of the commencement of the election, correct?
Yes, the strategic materials are materials which cannot.
Wait for the question. We have not told you have not asked you to explain. We have strategic materials at the time of the commencement of the elections, correct?
Yes.
And we equally have strategic materials at the time of the closure of the elections, correct?
Yes, they still remain so.
Do these strategic materials remain as they were at the time of the commencement of the elections?
Your Honor, I would want.
I'm asking, do they remain as they were, yes or no?
Yes, they do.
So there is no change of the status of these materials, correct? For example, does the ballot paper remain as it was at the time of
No,
the start?
no.
So are there other strategic materials that emanate from the ballot paper at the closure? For example, a spoiled ballot paper. Is it a strategic material? Is it a strategic
Yeah,
material?
it is.
Or not?
It is.
How about a rejected ballot paper? Is it a strategic material?
It is a strategic
How
material.
about a counterfoil? Is it a
It
strategic
is
material?
strategic material.
And the register itself is equally a strategic material.
Yes, it is.
Sorry, what was the last one?
The register, the voters register. How about the PSD? Is it a strategic
It's
material?
equally strategic.
Sorry?
It is equally strategic.
Is equally strategic.
Which one?
Now, the Policy's diary, PSD. So now, let us now, I'm making an assumption, Mr. Witness, that the election has been declared. The presiding officer is now preparing to transport all these materials
Okay. Yes.
to the presiding officer at the tallying station,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Prepare now, give evidence in preparation of that presiding officer to come to the tallying center. What is he or she supposed to do? I'm assuming where in a situation where he has spoiled votes, he has.
Council. It will help if you ask questions
Okay, let me ask.
which are not compounded in such a way that
Okay,
an answer cannot be recorded.
I will get it, my lord. When the presiding officer closes the polling station, declares the results, how does he prepare himself to come to the tallying center?
Your Honor,
In terms of strategic materials.
Your Honor, the strategic materials, apart from the physical register and the PSD booklet, are supposed to be sealed inside the transparent box, which
Inside
is
the
brought
transparent
the-
box. Let's go
brought
one
to
by
the
one.
returning officer.
When sealing
Transparent ballot box.
Yes,
when sealing the counterfoil,
yes.
what is the presiding officer supposed to do? How is he supposed to treat that counterfoil?
Your Honor,
Is it supposed to be placed in an envelope
Your Honor, that is the case. They
Yes.
are supposed to be placed in an envelope.
and clearly marked as?
Yes, if that is what you're asking, all of them are supposed to be labeled accordingly in their respective
Envelopes,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
And subsequently, after labeling and putting them in all the respective envelopes, what is the presiding officer supposed to do?
Is supposed to seal that ballot box and of course the aperture
Seal the ballot box
in the presence of the agents.
with the aperture. Is that supposed to be recorded anywhere in the PSD?
Yes, it is supposed to be recorded.
Is it possible, therefore, that one can get a counterfoil outside a polling station?
Yes, it
I'm
is.
asking-
Sorry.
Is it possible
It is.
that you can get a counterfoil outside?
Yes, it is possible, Your
In
Honor.
such circumstances, what do you do as a presiding officer?
Presiding or returning?
Returning officer, sorry.
when they are brought to the returning officer, I'm supposed to communicate to the agents, the chief agents who are in that tallying center, and ensure their safe keep of those said strategic materials, the counterfoils and other materials they are in.
Why are they supposed to be sealed in a ballot box at the time of transportation?
So
is that part and parcel of accountability
Yes,
and
it is.
transparency?
It is.
And the security of the elections?
Yes, it
and
is.
the verifiability of the elections?
Yes.
Is that sealing supposed to serve that purpose?
Yes.
Which the aperture seal.
With the sealing of all those strategic materials in the ballot box, are they supposed to meet those election principles?
Yes, they do.
And that is why they are required to be witnessed by the respective agents, correct?
Yeah, in their respective polling stations.
Get a hold of the report by the registrar. But before we go to the report, what happens to the other registers, which you said they should not be sealed in the ballot?
Your Honor, they are supposed to be
How
brought.
are they treated?
They are supposed to be brought to the returning officer's desk for safekeeping in the office.
Sorry?
Which registers?
The physical registers, which were in the field, they are not supposed to be sealed in the transparent box. They are supposed to be brought physically to the returning officer desk.
That is to say, on that day, you received 134 registers, correct?
128 physical registers.
They're
128.
supposed to be returned to the RO.
Yes, the returning officer.
Grab your affidavit and show us the paragraph where you made that averment.
It's not there.
Yes?
It is not there.
You are aware that we had made a case that voters' registers were not present, correct?
Yes, you are saying
Are you the one who received all these voters' registers?
from the field.
Yes.
Yes, they were brought to the returning officer's desk.
Once you receive them, do you do any kind of documentation?
Yes,
Or you just receive them kienyeji?
Hapana wakili.
What do you do?
We usually, Your Honor,
What do you do?
they are documented.
Where is the did you in this case did you document?
He has not provided. So.
Did you not document?
No, we did.
Yes?
We did document.
Where is the documentation evidencing the receipt of those materials?
Not presented.
Do you have it before the court?
No.
And on this case, Mr. Witness, other than what you are saying, there is nothing else before the court to confirm the accountability of those documents, correct? Other than what you have just said, correct? Correct or not correct, Mr. Witness? Other than what you have just stated before the court, there is no any other material evidence before the court to confirm that you indeed received them, correct? Correct or not correct?
Not correct, because they are already
So where
in the
is,
court
I'm not asking those
premise.
ones. I'm not
They are
asking.
already in the court
Siulizi hizo,
premise.
tunajua mahali ziko. Tunasema katika affidavit yako hakuna ushahidi mwingine ambao umeleta katika mahakama. Kweli ama si kweli?
In the affidavit, none.
You had actually answered that question.
Thank you.
He said that that documentation is not in my affidavit or exhibits. That's the way I recorded it.
When you are when you are handing over these materials to the deputy registrar, yes?
Yes.
Did you accompany or did you give that document evidencing these registers to the deputy registrar?
Yes.
Thank you. Let's have a look at the registrar's report and kindly guide us to where you gave that. Which form do you give, by the way? Which form do you give as evidence for the registers? Which form do you take
S10?
stock? Wait. Which form do you take as stock for that
S11 and
register?
S10, Your Honor, which are here.
Sorry?
Listed accordingly.
Let us take us that paragraph. Page which one? Which page? Which page? Guide us on the page.
Page 55.
Page 55. S11. Yes?
We go through that and we also continue to the.
Let's go to page 55. As you indicate. Is a counter requisition and issue voucher, correct?
Yes.
When is this document deployed?
When we are issuing and receiving.
Yes? When is this document deployed, Mr. Witness?
I said.
When is it deployed?
When receiving and issuing out materials, Your Honor, I'm sorry.
When receiving and issuing out materials. In this case, look at where we have the date. Can you see the date at the corner? Far right corner?
20th January 2026.
20th, 2026, January 2026.
Yes.
So to whom were you issuing these materials to?
We are presenting them to court.
You are presenting them to court.
Yes.
Now I am asking for you to show me the document that you evidenced receipt of these registers at the tallying center on the date you received them. That is the document I'm interested in.
Your Honor, it was not.
It is not
sent.
there.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, but it is in the office.
It's okay. Which office?
The commission office.
So it was never brought to the court, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you understand the nature of the court order that was granted by this court, Mr. Witness?
We were supposed to.
Did you not?
We were. I did.
Thank you. So at page 55, the counter requisition and issue voucher do not relate to the tallying center. Correct or not correct, Mr. Witness?
It does. Because these are the materials which were used in the tallying center.
I'm not asking the ones that were used. I'm asking the document that you received. You have agreed that it's in the office, correct? It is not before the court, correct?
It is not before the court.
And therefore that document is not secured as per the order of the court, correct? As per the order of the court, Mr. Witness, that document which we do not even understand is not secured, correct?
It had not been asked for.
Yes?
It had not been asked for. It is the materials which had been asked for.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
But you confirm that on that particular date, are you the one who filled this form at page 55? Are you the one or you're not the one, Mr. Witness?
Not I.
Who filled this form?
It was the county election manager.
Were you present at that particular time?
I was.
Was he aware of the court order?
She was.
Thank you. But look, go with me at where we have the entry number 1, registration of voters. The number of the pieces is 128, correct?
Yes.
At that particular time, on the 20th of January 2026, you are aware that there were missing registers, correct?
I was aware. I was.
Did you substantiate that in your response? At that particular time, Mr. Witness, you were aware. Did you take or did you bother to answer that?
No, it was not asked.
Okay. It was not sought for. But you're aware that they were missing, correct?
Yes, I came to be aware they were missing.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Witness, confirm that there is nowhere in the rules, in the election rules, that allows you to receive, and if they are raised, you fish it out. Or, sorry, before I ask that questions, At the close of the polls, how many ballot boxes were you to receive at the tallying center?
134.
134 ballot boxes, correct?
Correct.
So any stock or any documentation can only be restricted to the number of the polling stations that were domiciled in Mbeere North at the time of the elections, correct? Correct or not correct, Mr. Witness?
Correct.
Yes?
Yes.
I didn't understand the question.
We, at the close of the polls and subsequent to the declaration, we were only supposed to have a sum total of 134 ballot boxes containing the strategic materials, correct?
True.
And that is done for purposes of enhancing accountability, transparency, secure, and the security of the elections, correct?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
In this case, how many ballot boxes did you hand over to the deputy registrar pursuant to the court order?
100 boxes and one extra ballot box due to the faithfulness
It's okay.
and
I'm asking Mr. Witness, excuse me.
135.
How many did you have?
135.
135. When a presiding officer fails to meet the obligations of securing those materials and it finds itself outside the ballot box as unsecured, is he or she supposed to hand you over with a certain document? Is there documentation?
PSD.
Is there documentation that is done?
Yeah,
Is there
PSD.
documentation that is done
PSD, yes.
for accountability purposes?
PSD.
Yes?
PSD.
PSD. What does PSD capture?
Right,
What does it capture?
polling station diary.
I
All the
understand what it is.
happenings. Oh, you are
I'm asking.
sorry.
Listen, Mr.
Counsel,
Witness.
you know you are what I would call harassing.
Okay, okay,
Ask the question, let him answer.
okay, okay.
Because I'm actually unable even to keep up with your speed.
Okay,
Because you're
you're not-
asking,
I
you
will,
ask
I will
again,
go
then you
by the
change
speed of
on
the
the way.
court. Okay, I'll go by the speed of the
I know
court.
you're excited.
No. It's not an exaggeration. We got him.
No, I know this is your area now.
Yes, now we got him. You see, he cannot even explain how the
So what do you want to
documents
know about when a presiding officer fails to do what?
came. And Mr. Witness,
Your Honor.
excuse me.
Your Honor, please protect me.
Mr. Witness,
That's what I've just
our
done.
witnesses
It's also
were not
good to respect my professionalism.
We never sought for protection when a witness or being cross-examined. Listen to my questions and answer.
I am. Jesus.
So I'm asking
My
one.
Lord, maybe just to help the witness, perhaps he hasn't said that, but I think Mr. Njiro should have noticed by now. I think he stammers, so I think he needs to give him time
Okay.
to answer the questions. I think that's something I've noticed. He's not able to speak as fast because I think he
All right.
stammers. yes.
Council didn't tell us
Please try
that.
to cope up with that condition.
Mr. Mongela, maybe you should have told us that right at the beginning.
Yes, my lord.
Maybe you should have told us what counsel is now telling us. He's your witness. He's not Gashuba's witness. Gashuba is just making a mention of what he has noted concerning the witness's ability to respond quickly, which is why he might be looking confused when he's not really.
Yes, my lord. I note that it's like he's competing with my learned friend Mr. Njiro in terms of the quickness to answer the. It's like they are on a race. And I would really want him to absorb the question and get to know what it is he's
I'm trying
answering.
to have a slow pace. So, Mr. Witness, okay.
There was also some sentiments that had been expressed by Mr. Jiro that this witness will be grilled, turned upside down, turned whichever way. So I'm not sure how it will end.
We will slowly marinate him. Mr. Witness.
Just ask him one question at a time, please.
Yes, okay.
Otherwise, I'll actually have to
Okay, my
stop
lord.
you every time I hear one question has been asked.
Okay, my
I'll
lord.
just stop you and say, answer
Okay,
that
okay,
particular
my lord.
question, then I come back to you. You'll
I'm
be
well
losing
guided, my
time.
lord. I'm well guided. Mr. Witness, when did you receive? Look at the report. Most importantly, you look at page. So, at what time is the?
Are we showing the DR's report?
Yeah, I'll go to it. They're fishing. At what time does the presiding officer stop any further entries on the PSD? At what time?
It is when
At what time?
he is in the tallying center, because he's also supposed to sign that he has brought the materials to the returning officer.
So the entries at the tallying center only relates to the handover of those materials, correct?
Yes.
Anything else is supposed to happen at the polling station, correct? Correct or not correct? Other than the entries that are captioned at the tallying center for the handover of the materials, anything therein before is supposed to happen at the polling station, correct?
Correct.
You know, I'm referring the witness to page 53 of the DRS report. You also confirm that any entry other than the entry in respect of the forwarding of the materials at the tallying center are supposed to be done in the presence of all the agents, correct? At the polling station, correct? May I repeat the question?
Yeah.
Other than the final entries at the tallying center that are done by the presiding officer during the handover of the materials, any other entry therein before is always supposed to be done at the in the PSD in the presence of all the agents, correct?
Yes.
Are you at page 53?
Yes, I am.
Can you see where we have entry number 153? 135?
135, yes.
What does that represent?
The strategic.
What is 133?
133, sorry.
Sorry, 135, sorry.
Strategic material.
That is a ballot box, correct?
Yes, it is.
It's a ballot box.
What page are we on?
My lord, we are at page 53.
53. And you're asking about what? The item number 135.
The entry number 1, first column. That is it represents a ballot box, correct?
Yes.
You are simply saying that in the entire Mbeere North, we had 135 ballot boxes, correct?
Can I explain?
No,
Yeah,
correct or not, you'll explain. Your lawyer will come to ask you questions. You still maintain we had 134, correct?
134, yes.
Okay. So, but we have a ballot box containing strategic materials delivered at the tallying center outside the sealed ballot box.
Yes, correct.
Who sealed this ballot box?
I did.
Did you seal it in the presence of all the agents?
I did not seal in the tallying center. I sealed when I was bringing the materials to the court for security purposes.
Okay. Repeat that again.
I sealed the box, the strategic materials which were outside when they were being brought to the court, so that the materials can be secure.
Okay.
And
so you confirm
with the guidance of the council, faithfulness to the court, the materials were brought in that.
Mr. Witness, wait for my question.
5 strategic box.
Wait for my question.
Please do.
You confirm that this ballot box was not sealed at the tallying center.
It's true, it wasn't. Okay.
So if we go to the PSDs, we'll not see any seal relating to these materials, correct?
It will not be there.
So when you received, what is name of the what is the second entry is what? You can see where we have Ndawa.
Ndawa. Yes.
Ndawa is what?
That is award.
Award. And the next one is a polling station code,
Polling
correct?
Station, yes.
And that polling station was
Mungao Primary School.
Mungao Primary School,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
And you have the ballot box serial number,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
What is that? Explain to us.
Ballot box serial number.
What happened with the ballot box of Mungao?
Council. You asked him about 103022. He hasn't answered.
Yeah, that's correct, my lord.
Yeah, can you answer? Then you go move to the next one.
My lord, where the serial number is 1304.
You asked him what it is. I was just
Yes,
about
yes,
to write.
yes. What is that?
It is the serial number which is in that particular ballot box, which can identify that particular ballot box.
Okay.
Ballot box number 135.
Yes.
Oh, this is. Sorry, Mr. Witness.
Yes.
103022 is a serial number of which box?
Home box number 135.
Box number 135.
Yes.
And then we have the ballot box series.
Which serial?
End of counting, correct?
Mm.
I'm still at Ndawa, and I'm still at Mungao. What that is IBC, and that's serial number, correct?
Yes.
And then we also have the serial number for the aperture.
Aperture.
Correct?
Yes.
What is so specific about this Mungao polling primary school? How many polling stations did it have?
One.
One. So what is strategic about this Mungao primary school?
Your Honor, what happened is the presiding officer.
What is strategic? I'm not asking what happened. What is strategic in this Mungao?
I think, my lord, that is exactly what the witness is saying. He's asking what is strategic, and the witness
Yes.
is opening his mouth to tell him what it is. He cannot allow him to say.
What is strategic? I'm not asking what the presiding officer did. We'll come to that. She'll come. What is strategic in this Mungao primary school?
It's because the presiding.
What is strategic?
It has.
Council.
Yes. Lakini nauliza kwa nini hii box
Can I now talk to the Honor?
ya Ndawa kutoka
Why is it strategic? Maybe
Yes.
let me ask for him.
It is strategic because it is having some ballot papers and counterfoil.
Which one?
Mungao, it has used the counterfoils of used ballot papers.
counterfoil of used ballot papers?
Yes.
I'm listening.
And also, it has unused ballot papers.
So does that mean that this ballot box was not treated in the manner it was supposed to be treated at the time it left Mungao Primary School?
Which box?
This Mungao Primary School.
Yes, just like the way I explained about the registers, which were put in the ballot box.
Mr. Witness.
Your Honor, the presiding officer also came physically to the returning officer carrying the counterfoils and some unmarked ballot papers, which were supposed to have been put inside the ballot box.
So in Mungao Primary Schools, how many ballot boxes did you have?
One.
Currently? Currently, how many do we have? We have.
One.
We have one ballot box.
Yes.
So why was you confirm that Mungao Primary School ballot box is not among the 134 that we have?
No.
So, Council, I think he actually explained it.
Yes, but I never got it, my lord.
It's because you're talking
To
over
my
him.
satisfaction.
It's because you're talking over him. What I understood him to say is that Mungao Primary School ballot box is amongst the 134.
Yes.
However, there were some things that were not put in that box at the time they ought to have been put in the box at close of the station. And therefore, those were carried to him. And these are the ones that he has now put in this other box. Is that the
Yes,
correct
Your
understanding?
Honor.
If the court has gotten it right, that's the most important. So, was this ballot box sealed at the time of the closure?
In the tallying center?
Yes.
No, it wasn't.
In what?
Which box? Which box, man?
You will
No.
You
You have to
will re-examine
no.
the answer.
You can't
No need for
re-examine.
re-examination.
You can't re-examine when you are not
Sorry,
clear.
I was not paying attention,
Yeah.
so I'm lost. Just hold on, let me finish. I'll give you a chance.
You will certainly examine.
I'm just recording what I just understood him to have said.
Yes, my lord.
Because I thought it's important. What he's basically saying, when they closed the polling station at Mungao, instead of putting all the strategic items inside the box, some, like counterfoils, were left out.
Yes, and they were brought there.
And they were brought to the returning officer. These are the ones he has now put in box number 103022.
Okay.
Box number 135, sealed with 103.
Okay. That is to say, this Mungao ballot box is now inside the serial number 103022.
No, Your Honor.
No, cancel.
I'm not understanding, my lord.
This is Mungao polling center. I'm just trying to see what I understood.
Yes, my lord.
And they have finished counting. These are now the ballot papers. They have put them together inside this box. So let's put them all inside this box. Everything has been put in the box. Ballot papers, some counterfoils, stamps, inside box.
Yes.
Mungao box.
Yes, my lord.
Then they seal. Oh, they realize we forgot these counterfoils. We forgot this stamp.
Okay, and I now
We forgot
understand, my
these
lord.
books.
Thank you for the
We
demonstration.
forgot all these marked ballot papers.
Yes, my lord.
These ones were brought to him.
Yes.
And they have now been put inside this box number 135, referenced there for this polling station of Mungao.
Okay.
Is that my understanding?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sorry.
So that is to mean that in Mungao Primary School ballot box does not contain some of the strategic materials, correct?
Yes, that's what I've said.
Was it one stream?
Yes, only one stream.
So, just for purposes of record, enlist for us the strategic materials relating to Mungao Primary School that you received.
Your Honor, can I be permitted to get my document and please read?
No, we are looking at your
I'm
affidavit.
asking Your Honor whether I can
Did you capture this in his affidavit? Probably not.
No.
Yeah, because this emanated from the
registrar's
from the
report.
register.
Yes.
The registrar's report.
Yes, get the registrar's report. That's the only thing that you can hold.
I have it here.
Okay, please tell us the strategic materials that relate to Mungao Primary School.
I've said they are. I have unused ballot paper.
Unused. How many of them?
They are about one. Is it 100 what?
100 ballot.
something. Unused ballot paper.
The ones which you have put in 135.
Yes.
Yes. How many are they? Did you take stock?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Please show us in the registrar's report
It's
where
not
that
there.
was
It's not
taken.
there.
Okay.
But-
Number 2. Let's go. Proceed. Number unused ballot papers
And the counterfoils
and the counterfoil
of used ballot papers.
of used
Ballot
ballot
papers.
papers.
Yes.
How many ballot papers were used in that particular foil?
Your Honor, I think there's about 323.
323.
Yes.
323. What else? Is there anything in any other strategic that relates to Mungao?
No.
Okay, let us go now to Chicago Primary School.
Chicago Primary School, yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. What is it that you received?
One rejected ballot paper. One rejected ballot paper.
Okay. That was not sealed.
Yes.
Okay. How about Mudandara? Mudandara. What did you receive?
One rejected ballot paper.
Yes.
One rejected ballot paper.
And so it is for
Karambari. Yes.
You know, I can see it's 6:15.
Yes, it is, but let him complete. You've gone up to Mudandara.
Yes.
For Karambari, what happened?
One rejected ballot paper.
Right.
But for purpose of record, because I want to get clear that in Mungao Primary School, you have 2 sets of ballot papers, correct? A counterfoil, correct?
That's not a ballot paper.
Okay, it's okay. Permit my ignorance. You have a foil, a counterfoil, correct?
Yeah, set of counterfoils.
Completely used or unused?
Used.
Completely used.
Yes.
And then you have a ballot paper that is
not used.
Not used. Completely unused or
unused.
Completely unused.
Not used.
Not used at all.
You said about 130 of them. What was the 130?
What was the 130?
I wish, Your Honor, is
no, it's okay.
To give you the exact figure from the document I have in the pocket. If you permit me.
Is there a problem?
There's a big problem because it's going to prejudice us. It was not pleaded. Mr. Witness, just drop that paper.
Let me put it in the pocket instead of dropping.
Did you have it at the time? Did you have that information at the time you were doing affidavit?
No, I confirmed.
Did you have that information at the time you were doing your affidavit?
Yes, I did.
Did you include it in your
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Okay. So, what is this 130 ballot papers you're speaking about?
What?
These unused, we spoke about 100 or 130 unused.
Your Honor, I said, if you, with your authority, with my counsel, we said for honesty and faithfulness, we present all the materials to the court, which had been brought to me so that the court is aware.
It's okay that you say that you actually can see the so these unused ballot papers iko na makaratasi ambayo ilitumika katika hiyo ballot paper. Kwa lugha ya Kiswahili, kuna makaratasi ambayo yalitumika ama hayakutumika?
Hayakutumika.
Okay.
He called them unused.
Unused. So my Lord granted the time would wish to seek for adjournment that we proceed tomorrow with the witness.
It's actually 6:15.
Yes, my Lord.
However, counsel, he had said that he will really harass me.
Don't worry. Don't worry. As you see, this is the first time you're being challenged, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
So you're doing very well.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Do you have the time bank? Okay. Time bank?
For the petitioner, we have 71 minutes remaining. The first, second, and third respondent, we have 159 minutes remaining.
159.
Yes, 159. For the fourth respondent, after the addition of that, you now have 11 minutes remaining.
So
Did you take the time? Are you able to indicate from 4:30 what amount of time we have spent
For each or all?
for each?
Yes. For the petitioner from 4:30. From 4:30 we used we've used 1 hour from 4:30. For the fourth respondent, we've just used 7 minutes. Then for the first, second, and third respondent, from 4:30 we used 28 minutes.
Okay, from 4:30, I'm giving that as court time, so add it back to them. Right? Add back to the parties
Yes.
the time from 4:30. I'm feeling generous. Okay. So add back that time. 60 minutes for petitioner, 28 minutes first respondent, fourth respondent, or 7?
Yes, 7 minutes.
And what was his remaining time? Yeah, what was the remaining time?
A year, 11 minutes.
So you add back to them.
I add back the 7.
Yeah.
So it will be 18.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and
We're now in slack time, I hope.
yes, my lord, and thank you very much for that generosity. We don't take it for granted. My lord, earlier you had given directions that we file and serve
Oh, sorry.
an affidavit.
Let me read the ruling. It has been sitting here. Let me just read the directions I gave, although they were not issued in this form. Accordingly, I will allow the application on that basis. Oh, sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Please, sorry. I'm just reading the outcome. I'll allow the application on that basis and subject to compliance with the directions hereunder. The directions are as follows. A, the applicant shall file the said affidavit as a supplementary affidavit with no amendment to the substance of the evidence other than the name and ID of the deponent. B, such supplementary affidavit shall be filed by close of business at 5 p.m. Is it online? C, given the tight time frame at the present stage of the hearing, the witness may proceed to testify and be cross-examined on a without prejudice basis. Failing compliance with the directions A or B hearing, the said evidence shall stand struck out. Hearing shall proceed on the above basis. So let me sign this and issue. Issue the parties. This for the pen.